My name is Conrado Guerrero, and I'm a building engineer. I've been with Los Angeles Unified School District for 27 years. Well, I was 19 when I started, and I would see the maintenance workers coming to my school site to work at the school. So I said, hey, this is something that I want to do. So I joined in that department. The most rewarding thing working at LAUSD is making sure that the work that I do is providing a safe, conducive learning environment for students at LAUSD. I've been a member with Local 99 since 1998, and what led me to it was, understanding that our wages come from the unity that we have with our workers to demand better wages and working conditions for ourselves. A member leader is somebody that's willing to speak up when something is not right. And what made me step up was that seeing other people that couldn't speak for themselves, and I had the opportunity to speak for them. That's what made me step up and be a leader. Yeah, what it meant going on strike was a hard thing to do, right? And because you're actually sacrificing pay without knowing what's going to be the outcome of your decision and stuff, right? But it's something that needed to happen in order for a better future. Well, the way I spoke to my coworkers that were hesitant to strike, I was letting them know that it is a big sacrifice to not work for 3 days, but that the sacrifice was worth at the end, because we were going to have better pay moving forward, and it was going to better our livelihoods. I believe a lot of members decided to strike was because they were just tired of making very minimal and the price of everything going up, and just struggling to get through. And that was enough for them to say, hey, enough is enough, and we need to express ourselves so that we can get what we deserve.
And
very nervous, because it was, you don't know who's going to show up, how many people are going to show up. The weather was not very cooperative. It was raining. So how many people are going to go and stand outside in the rain and stuff, right? So that was a very uneasy feeling before the strike. What I did to prepare to go on strike was to just pretty much be out there and expressing our need and stuff, right? Letting people know what we're out here for and making sure that they can hear us. For members that have never been on strike, like the one we were in, the experience was very, very rewarding in a way, seeing everybody in solidarity coming together. And people were bringing coffee and donuts and fruit, and you didn't know everybody that was there, but by the end of it, we were all in the same boat, and we got to understand each other's struggles and reason why we were out there and stuff. Being part of these major rallies that we were participating in was very exciting and stuff, right? Seeing members that you've gone and visited before, and many new members that you've never met before, and being out there with the teachers in solidarity. It was exciting just seeing everybody come together and understanding our fight and the reason why it needs to happen. And ultimately it was to help out the kids and the communities that we provide service in. I think just seeing all the different signs and the creativity of the workers coming up with signs of encouraging people to do this, or in a way just kind of like showing the reality of what about the money and stuff, right? Like how we know the money's there, make it happen for everybody and stuff. Wow. So the moment when I thought we were going to win was when we were on our third day. We had a location of a park in near Chinatown, and just the amount of people that were starting to show up, and the pressure that the city was starting to feel, or the school district was starting to feel, regarding everybody just showing up, and each rally was bigger and bigger, and day 3 didn't disappoint. There was a lot of people out there. Being on the bargaining team, and as we got closer to our agreement and reaching a deal and an agreement, it brought a good, like the feeling of success, right? We were fighting for this. We were not backing down from it. We were adamant about it. The members out there were out there for that. And when we reached the agreement, it was a sense of relief and victory and stuff, right? So it was great. It was like, hey, we're gonna improve people's lives, and this is the beginning. I think getting the increases right away and stuff, right? The percentages were going to be retroactive. They were going to happen in the next couple of weeks, and we had already projected increases by 6 months away. So seeing the increases take effect right away made it good for everybody. When I went back to work after the strike, it felt good to see people walking around with their heads held high, understanding that they did something big and that they got what we deserve and stuff, right? People are less likely to move away or have to have a second job in order to make ends meet, and they can continue to provide the services here at LAUSD. I think the way Local 99 changed after the strike was we are no longer in the shadows and stuff, right? We're not just we're just as important as teachers are in education, and our local pretty much set the tone for other industries to go out and say, hey, if they're able to get that, we can do the same, and for them to go on strike also. For future leaders of this union, when you're doing your negotiations, transparency and communication with the membership is key to getting them involved and understanding why they're doing what needs to be done in order to reach a fruitful agreement. Being at the bargaining table, the feelings are like a roller coaster and stuff, right? You're enthusiastic about proposing stuff, and then they come back and now they're like agreeing with it, and then a minute later it comes back and says, no, that's a no-go, and now you're back down again, and you're like, well, what do we do here? What do we do there? And it's just like a roller coaster ride up and down, but it just standing strong and holding your ground is important when you come to that, and not to get frustrated with the length of time it takes to reach an agreement. Well, I think the way the Mayor Bass helped out with this was providing a location for the district and us to be in the same building, even though we're not in the same rooms, but to have that ability to communicate in a neutral location, and her going back and forth between both of us, trying to see if we can agree on some things, and making that gap a little bit shorter between us, help reach an agreement, that we wanted and stuff. So the lessons that I learned from this strike is solidarity. Solidarity goes a long way with the community, with other labor partners. That's really what makes this happen and stuff, right? You get the community involved, and you get parents. It's just, and other organizations that you work with that have the same vision as you do, and it helps make the process a little easier and stuff. But one last thing I want to add on this is, this was my first big strike campaign in anything that I've done, and I think that seeing all of the workers understanding their worth was a big win for us, because we always kind of were in the shadows or in the background, but now we understand that we are the backbone of our school district, and that the district doesn't move without our labor and stuff. So that was very powerful to understand and to move forward with, knowing that we have the power to do what we did.